Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai B'Shem Kodash, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai B'Shem Kodash. Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. Anyway, I'm going to land back off of this video that GMS Vegas sit down 144K put up. I put a couple of comments in this particular video, funny comments. But anyway, this is ISUPK, the MOTB is to worship the image. I'm also going to go into, I really didn't have a topic to go into. I was sitting here looking at different videos, trying to get an idea of what to go into. I didn't really want to go into the subject, but this came up yesterday. This video came up yesterday before I went out to speak. And then when I got with the apostles and the bishop, they mentioned that Bishop Nathaniel recently did a video. I may go into it if I can find it, where he's now saying that, agreeing that they are going to give you a digital, they may give you an actual chip. And so he made a statement. He said, this June ain't no microchip some years ago. And had to be, what year was that? 2016, around there. Because we were going back and forth with him on the Charagma when nothing really too much was happening. And he made this statement, this June ain't no microchip. And then he made another video debunking of it, debunking the videos that we put up on the Charagma. And we even spoke about it yesterday on the street. But what did he say? He said he's now admitting that they are going to most likely give you everything's going to be digital. You got to go to the video to hear him. I'm not putting words in his mouth, but I'm not speaking verbatim, but you can go to the video. I believe, matter of fact, I know Apostle Gabar did a video on it, on the same subject. And he said that they may give you a chip and everything's going to be digital. It's going to be digital money because that's all they've been talking about. See, remember, he's saying it now when everything's coming out, when everything's in your face. We've been saying it whenever wasn't too much going on. And that's the difference between a prophet and a wannabe prophet. It remains to see whether he's a prophet or one of the elect. But we say things long before they come, like John on the Isle of Patmos, he spoke about the Charagma, the MOTB, more than 2,000 years before it came. So that's truly a prophecy. You can't wait until something happens and then you put the puzzle together. Oh yeah, that's the fulfillment. No, you're supposed to say it before anything really, before there's any activity on it. Because they're going to push it big. And I'm going to say this again. Make sure you keep your eyes on the WEF meeting, the World Economic Forum, I think it's called, in Davos, Switzerland. It will be on, I watch it. I've been watching that for years. The World Economic Forum, I've been watching that for years. Because before I get it for work, I'll put it on CNBC on cable, which is an ABC cable station. They have an MSNBC where you have like regular news. Then you have the financial news, and then you have Bloomberg. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be speaking about it on the Bloomberg channel. If you have XM radio, you can listen to it while you're working in the car or whatever. You can listen to Bloomberg. It's on AM anyway, and it's on XM radio. I happen to have subscribed to XM radio. Matter of fact, most of us subscribe to XM radio. But anyway, keep your eyes on WEF meeting because I almost can promise you they're going to be talking about this technology, the MOT, what we call the MOTB, the Charagma, the C-HIP. So like I said, Bishop Nathaniel is just coming around to admitting that they are going to actually put a digital device, or they may, but it's not the MOTB. Well, he's going to have to admit, he's going to have to come clean. He's going to have to admit it. But then I see him, putting a spin on it like he came up with it. And then his zombies are going to go with it. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. See, the great and powerful Bishop Nathaniel, see how he broke, nobody can break it down like him. Nigga, we've been breaking this down long before anything's been happening. You are going to find out that GMS has 100% truth, like we've been saying. But anyway, Bishop Nathaniel had made a statement, and see, he would never call me apostle to heart. He would never call us apostles, but we're nice enough to call him a bishop. And by the way, apostles are over bishops. So if he ever comes to us, he's gonna have to kind of salute us first, because we over you in the spirit, baby. So in the video, he says, what is the, how do you say it? I think he said, what is the mark of the Most High? And one guy said, the law. And he said, what is the mark? I believe he said, what is the mark of Revelation 13? And the guy in the audience said, what did he say? He said, it's sin. And then Bishop Nathaniel said, very good, very good, very good. And everybody clapped. So my question to him is, if you sin, do you have the MOTB? That's what he teaches. If you sin, you have the MOTB. That's the MOTB, and you're going to get destroyed by the Most High. Now it says, and we went through this yesterday, you can watch our video on the highways and the byways. We went to Revelation 20, verse 4. It says, none of the men of the Lord, John saw thrones. If you're sitting on the throne, you got a crown on your head. You got a crown on your head, you sit on the throne, you got a scepter in your hand, meaning you are a king, the fulfillment of the kings. The first kings are going to be the 12, pursuant to Matthew 19:27 on down. Then it speaks about the rest of the kings. And what is that? Second Ezra's, I believe that's Second Ezra's 2, verse 14. Matter of fact, I'll even go to it just so I can read it. Let me do this. None of the true men of the Lord, will take the Charagma. Now, according to Bishop Nathaniel, that would mean that they will not sin. But guess what? Peter sinned. He told the Lord that he's not going to deny him. He denied him. That's a sin. He lied. In essence, he lied. Okay, so this is Second Ezra 2, verse. Let me get a chance. I want to read this whole thing. Let me go to the first verse. Thus saith Yahweh, I brought this people out of bondage, because we're still in bondage. We're bounded by adhesion contracts, social security number, birth certificate, driver's license, IRS, whatever you name it, we signed on to it. So we're bound by the paperwork. Used to be an actual yoke of iron and chains on us, but we're chained by paperwork. And I gave them my commandments by by men servants, by men servants, the prophets, whom they would not hear. The most important man in the scriptures is the prophet. But this, because it was the prophet that set up kings, right? Samuel, the prophet, anointed King Saul and King David. But despise my counsels. The mother that bare them saith unto them, go your way, ye children, in Hebrew sons, for I am a widow and forsaken. I brought you up with gladness, but with sorrow and heaviness have I lost you. And we're lost now. Matthew 10, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Most of us don't know that we're Israelites. For ye have sinned, broken the law. Well, wait a minute. He's talking to all of Israel, right? We're under the curse of the sin. So guess what? All the men in the scriptures, in the Old Testament and the New Testament, they're all under the curse of Adam until Yahushua came. So they all took the charagma. It says, before the Yahweh, the Most High, and done that thing that is evil before him. But what which is sin, breaking the law. But what shall I now do unto you? I am a widow and forsaken. Go your way, O my sons, and ask mercy of the Lord. That's what we've been doing. So Most High put the spirit back on us to call on his name, the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and he's blessing us, bringing us up. And for me, O Father, I call upon thee for a witness over the mother of these children. We are the children of the mother, which would not keep my covenant, old covenant, that thou bring them to confusion. What does it mean by confusion? We didn't know who we were. And their mother to a spoil, that there may be no offspring of them. Now we all had offspring, but our offspring was not blessed. Let them be scattered abroad among the heathen, among the other nations. So we're literally scattered all over the place. Let their names be put out of the earth. That goes with Numbers 23 and what else? Psalms 83. They didn't recognize us. When we say we're Israelites, it's like, oh, you guys are not Israelites, for they have despised my covenant. Woe be unto thee, assure thou that hadst the unrighteous in thee, O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah. So that's talking about Israel as well. Amos, was that Amos 9? I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. It was talking about us, but now it refers to Esau. I'm not going to read this whole thing. But this is a great chapter right here. Go and ye shall receive, pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. That's what we're praying for. We pray that the Most High hurry up and come deliver us. We're asking that the days be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. Everything that you do, every minute of your waking life, in your dream state, it should be centered around this truth. Take heaven and earth to witness, For I have broken the evil in pieces and created the good. For I live, saith Yahweh. Mother, embrace thy children and bring them up with gladness. And that's talking about us coming back into this truth. And what is the mother? When you go to a Song of Solomon 8, it speaks about, I take you to my mother's house and you're gonna suck on a titty. Make their feet as fast as a pillar. What does that mean? To stand firm in this. For I have chosen thee, saith Yahweh. If you notice, about 5 or 6 guys have just fell off right around the time of the end of December 2022 into 2023. And normally what happens right before Passover, a certain number of guys fall off. A certain number of guys fall off right before the Passover. This is really 2 months before the Passover. So a handful of these guys fell off. And them guys that fell off, they're not of the elect. And that they might go out there and teach. I tell them to go out there and teach and remain humble in the hopes that the Most High is dealing with you. But if you get weak, you start to go out, then it gets played out because you really don't have no oil in you, then you're going to get destroyed. It says, and those that be dead will I raise up again from their places and bring them out of the graves. Revelation 11, Ezekiel 37. For I have known my name in Israel. That's the name that the Lord gave to us. Fear not, thou mother of the children. And the mother represents Israel. It represents the knowledge. We are the children. For I have chosen thee, saith Yahweh. So I want the elect. For thy help will I send my servants. Essays, that's Isaiah and Jeremiah. So who are the servants, the number one servants of the Lord? The prophets, Isaiah and Jeremiah, after whose counsel I have sanctified, made holy, and prepared for thee 12 trees laden with diverse fruit. What does that represent? What should come to mind with that? So this is a beautiful chapter. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Oh, let me go to 41. The number of thy children, which are the Israelites, whom thou longeth for, is fulfilled. Beseech the complete number, 144,000, the multitude, Revelation 7 and 9, the power of Yahweh, that thy people, the Israelites, national Israel, which have been called from the beginning, may be hollow. Oh, this cuts vocab Malone, because he says when you read about Israel in Revelation 7, it's talking about the body of believers. It's not talking about actual Israel, because it mentions Joseph as a tribe. The guy's a joke. This cuts it. This is the cut right here, 41st verse. Remember this verse. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of Yahweh, that thy people, a number of Israelites, which are the elect, which have been called from the what? Beginning. Who was called from the beginning? Israel, going back to the Old Testament, may be hallowed. When are we going to be hallowed? We're going to be hallowed now. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion, which represents the kingdom, a great people. What people? The Israelites. This kingdom shall not be left of the people. Daniel 2, whom I whom I could not number, Hosea 1 and 10, 11, and they all praise Yahweh with songs. They didn't praise Jesus. They wasn't singing the song, oh, happy days when Jesus born, oh, when he was born. He washed my sins. Ain't gonna be singing that bullshit. You're gonna be praising Yahweh by Shem Shai. And in the midst of them, there was a young man, that's Yahweh Shai. Well, how do you prove that? Through the Spirit. A young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. That's Yahweh Shai. It's not King Saul. And upon, because King Saul at that time was the tallest man in Israel at that time. Upon every one of their heads, whose heads? The prophets, the chosen, starting with the 12, going down to the 144,000 and to the rest of the elect. Heads, he set crowns and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing. That's 1 Corinthians 15, around about the 50th verse on down, and put on the immortal change in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the seventh trump, or the last trump, and have confessed the what? The name of God. The name of God is not Most High and Christ bless. That's why you can't get the Charagma, because you haven't, humbled yourself. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Palms, Revelation 7 and 9. The multitude arrayed in white with palms in their hand. Those are the elect. Those are not other nations. The kingdom shall not be left to other people. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High. So the prophets knew about the Son of the Most High. They saw the Son of the Most High. Isaiah saw the Son of the Most High coming with the chariots. Daniel saw the Son of the Most High. So they knew about the Son of the Most High. The Most High opened up their eyes through visions and dreams that there was going to become a savior. It was given to Moses. Moses said, listen to this man, a man likened unto me, hearken unto him. So they all knew that the Messiah was coming. That's why these wicked scribes and Pharisees, they knew that the Messiah was coming, but they didn't accept the Messiah when the Messiah actually came. And the small hats don't accept it because they wasn't nowhere near the land of Yasha'Allah, whom they have confessed in the world. That's talking about us. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh. And it's not just calling on the name. It's not just, you can do all manner of wickedness, but you cover your ass by calling on the name Yahweh by Shem Shai. You commit adultery, do whatever, and then you quickly call on Yahweh. No, the name, you got the name, it starts with the name, but it's the thing that you do. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of Yahweh thy power thou hast seen. So what did Ezra see over here? He saw a vision of the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven getting crowns on their head. Fulfillment of a kingdom of priests. What is that? Exodus, I believe that's Exodus 6. I haven't gone to that in a long time. I should go to it. I may go to it later, but so I had to read this. I had to read this. But this whole chapter as Yaikwab would say, Elder Yaikwab. This whole chapter is dynamite. So now let's come back over here. So now let me let you listen to this. Are we back? Oh, wait a minute. The reason why I read that, because I spoke about Revelation 20, because I spoke about Revelation 20 and 4. Matter of fact, let's go to that right quick. Keep in mind, Bishop Nathaniel said that the MOTB or the charagma is sin. Well, if that's the case, then Paul would not be mentioned in this precept right here. Neither would Peter. Revelation 20. And I saw thrones. So this is a vision that John on the Isle of Patmos saw, and pretty much the same vision that Ezra saw. And they sat upon them. The thrones was given unto them, and they sat upon them. Judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High. And that was the apostles of the past, because most of them got their heads chopped off. Peter was crucified upside down, and which had not worshiped the beast. And this is bringing up to date, because the beast is here again. Neither his image, the image is not a picture, Caesar Borgia. Anybody teaching that, you really don't, the spirit's really not working with you. Neither had received his mark upon his forehead or in their hands, and that's the charagma. When is that going to be fulfilled? It's being fulfilled in our lifetime. No, that was talking about then. No, it was not talking about then. It's talking about now. And this is yet to come. And they lived and reigned with Yahushua 1,000 years. Who's that? The Israelites, starting with the the men, the true men, and then the elect. So when you go to Romans 7, it says that Paul said that he sinned. In a nutshell, he said, I sinned. It's not me that doeth it, but sin that dwelleth in me. So did he sin? So that meant, according to Bishop Nathaniel, that means Paul received the charagma or the MOTB. But then he admits that there's going to be a digital currency, and they're going to actually, they may give you an actual chip. No, they are going to give everybody a chip. Similar to what they did with the jab, and a lot of Jakes got shooken up. We didn't get shook up. We said, fuck that. Fuck that. So this time, some of you might be faced with getting put to death. So accept being put to death. So now my question to Bishop Nate is, let's go with the fact that it's sin. When you can break the laws of the Most High, you're sin, right? Which is the charagma, the MOTB, the mark of the, you know what I want to say. It says in Revelation 13, 16, 17, it says, no one will buy or sell except he have the MOTB, which according to Bishop Nate is sin. So you have to sin in order to buy and sell. If you go to BJ's, right? I go to BJ's quite a bit in other places to shop, but I get some bulk things. I'll go to BJ's, and I'll even use a credit card. So I want to get in and out. So I go to the self checkout. It'll either say cash, or put the cash in there, or it might not say cash, but you can use a credit card. So I have a debit card, credit card, whatever, and I'll swipe it. Boom, boom, boom. And that's it. So now I'm able to buy and sell, because according to Bishop Nathaniel, the uh, the MOTB is here. So whoever takes it is a sinner, and you're gonna get destroyed. So how are the people in BJ's know whether I am sing or not? Bishop Nate might be right behind me. I don't see the dude. He right behind me because that nigga got to buy shit too. His family, his wife, him. If he's driving, if he owns a car and he's driving up and down the car, he has to get gas. He has to pay for gas. If he has a house, let's say he paid the mortgage, whether he paid for it or not, no big deal. He pays the mortgage. Let's say the house is paid for. Guess what? He still got to pay taxes. So you got to buy your way to keeping that house because you're paying. The taxes are because your house is on the land, which goes back to Europe. That what they used to do in Europe. They didn't rent you a place. They rented you the land. You build a house on it, and when you were late on your mortgage for the land, you know what they would do? The landlord, he would burn your house down, and he did it according to the law because you didn't pay for the land tax. So that's what you're paying for. You're not paying for your house. You're paying for the house on top of the land, which is owned by the government, local government, federal government. He still has to deal with a 501c3. Everything that he deals with has to do with money, all of us. If I go out today, I'm going to have to go to the store. I'm going to have to get gas. I'm going to have to buy this. I have bills. I have my bills set up where it's pretty much paid electronically, but it's still a payment. It's still a payment. If you got cable, right? Oh, if you got the web, we all got the web. Guess what? You got to pay for the web. You get a deal where you get the cable, the phone, and nobody uses the fucking phone. And then you got your smartphone, right? Oh, smartphone, you got to pay for that. You want to get something to eat at a restaurant? You don't feel like cooking, you and your wife? You want to, treat your wife out? Go to a restaurant? Guess what? You got to pay for it. Either by cash, credit card, debit card, but eventually it's going to be paid with the charagma. So now let's deal with the sin thing. You go to a restaurant, you're sitting down with your wife, the butler coming along, you want to get paid. He's going to ask you, what sin did you commit today? Oh, we committed adultery. She committed adultery with me and I committed adultery. Do you see how stupid that sounds? But if you're a zombie, like I was telling the apostle and the bishop, they were talking about zombies in general. And I kept saying this. I said, there's no pushback with zombies. Zombies don't push back. Zombies just go with what the master says. All right? Zombies just go with what the master say. They don't push back. If you're Baron Samedis and you got your zombies, you don't got to worry about them killing you because they don't push back. So when this guy made the statement, the mark, see, I thought you was going to say the chip. And if you would have said that, and then everybody clapped. Like the seal, they did the seal clap. Because they are zombies. I'm not trying to snap and speak down to you. I'm just telling you the truth. Am I become your enemy because I give you the truth? Bishop Nathaniel does not know what the hell he's talking about, or either he knows what he's talking about, but he's pretending that he did a deal. We don't know. Now we know General Yohana did a major deal. He was ordered to, for a check or a bag, he was ordered to tell as many people as he could to go ahead and take it. So now there was something on the Palix Bones show. Listen to, if you go to Odyssey, you go to Palix Bones, speaking in code. He did a show where the CDC is now admitting that it's causing people to get strokes and heart attacks. And you notice kids have been dropping dead, and regular people been dropping dead. Motherfuckers are just dropping dead. They dropping, go to the hospital. They got a clot, a heart attack. They get it out. 2 months later, they get another one. Some of them just drop dead. Some of them get sick. So, they're gonna push even harder when they come out with the charagma. This is serious talk. Like I said, I try to get into another subject, but it keeps coming back to this subject because this is the next major prophecy that's going to take place. And like I said, keep your eyes on the WEF, the World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland, which starts in less than 24 hours, Monday the 16th, January 16th. So now my question is this to Bishop Nate. If the MOTB, if the fulfillment of Revelation 13, 16, and 17 is talking about sin, how do they know whether you sinned or not? Because I go and buy and sell, but you can go and buy and sell. All your people, your zombies, when they go home, some of them get on buses, some of them get on trains, some of them hop in a cab, some of them stop at a restaurant, pick up a few things, some milk. They might go to a Benjamin restaurant, get some jerk chicken or some oxtails. You got to pay for it. Ultimately, everything gonna be done through that device. It's not no sin. That's a silly answer. That's a silly answer. And the reason why you can't see it, because he done trained you not to see it. But it's gonna come, and you're gonna have to make a decision. You keep believing that it's sin. Like I said, Paul Kersey, how in the hell is that charagma? How the hell is it sin? And how can me that got the, let's say I got the mark, can go pay for something, and you can be right behind me, and you can pay for something too, but you don't have it. If that's the case, in order for you to buy and sell, that means you got the MOTB. That means that Bishop Nathaniel got the MOT while he's running his damn mouth. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. I'm on to the next one. Shalom.